Beautiful. So we are live. Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful, this is my fourth interview. I'm counting it, so we have a number to it. And welcome you back again for this beautiful 0 Point Healing Show. This is Vishnupriya. I am a healer and certified in multiple different modalities, and it gives me absolute pleasure to sit on this type of hosting chair and sit here to host beautiful, amazing healers on this platform. 0 Point Healing is a beautiful web directory of all healers and therapists. And this unity or this unified power I'm tapping into in order to bring this to the world and give this gift of what all healers together can change in this world. And with me today, I have Nouf, and she is an amazing combination of a psychotherapist and a theta healer. And this is what I really love about healers. Every single one of them are so unique, are so different, and they bring in their own amazing gifts and all the different modalities that they have certified in, and they bring all of that together to create their own magic. And one such magic and miracle is Nouf, and today we are going to talk on the topic of anxiety. Anxiety and all the fear and panic attacks. There are so many people in this world who are going through this kind of this fear in general, especially at this time on earth. And therefore, I think this topic is so essential for the earth. And I welcome you, Nouf, on this beautiful platform. Thank you so much. Please let us know a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Vishnu, for that great opportunity at this very interesting time that we're all going through, including Mother Earth and the humanity. So, from where to start? First of all, I started my journey in psychology in 1995, that long time ago, I think. Now we're linear humanistic time. Basically, I used to have great or big questions. Why people behave certain way, and why people doing such and such things. Specifically, I came from big family, and we have in Saudi Arabia a lot of what's so-called blending family. And being in such a lovely family give me a great opportunity to search and to seek for the knowledge. So I graduated with a bachelor degree in psychology, and then I had a also great opportunity to get a high diploma in King Faisal Hospital and Research Center, a high diploma in clinical psychology, and it was the first one that accredited by Ministry of Health. Then I got so lucky to get a scholarship from my government. So I went to United States, graduated with a master's degree from Valdosta State University in counseling and counseling and clinical psychology. But still, of course, a lot of questions still not yet answered. About core issues of human behavior. And I will explain that later, because I was questioning issues about that spiritual level. And it wasn't covered by the mainstream conventional education, specifically in a very scientific, conventional paradigm of psychology. Then I joined the doctorate program in Chestnut Hill College. I got again lucky enough to be for my scholarship to be upgraded, but I decided not to complete it due to unfortunate circumstances, death of my husband. So I sat and contemplate of what happened and what was going on within my life. And then few years later, I got extremely lucky to be healed by a great healer, and her name is Rosita Shahinpour. She is currently in London, and I'm giving her like a great or a big gratitude, and I'm really thankful for what she has done to me. So I started to get healed myself from the emotional traumas and lots of life dramas that bare psychotherapy didn't help me with. What else?
That's so beautiful. What a beautiful story. And of course, every one of us has such stories of how we ended up being us, being, certified in multiple different modalities. If I start talking, there's similar kind of story for me where
Yeah.
where I had to go through different healers at different times in my life, and looking at them, they were certified in a different modality, and I went for that. So that's how, the life has transformed, and it sounds so beautiful. So tell us a little bit about the sessions that you are doing. I understand you have your own integrative psychotherapy. So just tell us a little bit about how is it a session with you would look like.
Well, I started with the classical therapeutic assessment, where I cover the biopsychosocial points of each client that come to me, because it's really important to tap into all of these aspects of life, and for me to give me, a great information, so I know from where to start. So I started with that, and I'm really a big fan of psychoeducation, and also big fan of mind, body, and soul, as I have a great also information from Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dr. Bruce Lipton, and Greg Braden about that holistic understanding of human being and human behavior, and the relationship with the microcosm with the macrocosm, and all of that. So all of these complicated yet simple information I integrated into my mind, my heart, and I really love it when I see the quantum change started to emerge, like especially after the first session. If I conduct theta healing, if there is, like, for example, enough time to conduct theta healing, because some people come to me very skeptical about that energy work, and I was like, okay, let's just give it a try and give it a chance. And yeah, a lot of them get a great benefit from it, specifically if they get like some bodily sensation during the session. But of course, there is a scientific background of a theta brain wave, and where the theta brain wave started actually from infancy until the 6 years old. And that also related to the theory of Sigmund Freud, that the real program or life, or the importance of the very first 6 years of human being. And these 6 years, basically, we can install and program a lot of information into the child's mind. So, and also I'm a big fan of humanistic psychotherapy, existential psychotherapy, because like every single client that I see, they have existential crisis, I call it existential ignorance, due to the programs from the media, from misconception, misinformation about religion and about the concept of God, and about that the fear of unknown, and the lack of exactness, and the lack of being in the moment, and just focusing always in the future and what might happen in the future.
Yes, and I think this is the right time for me to ask this question of, you have the scientific background, that's where you started off as a psychotherapist, and then theta healing is totally spiritual. So you having been through that kind of scientific foundation that you have got, and when you approached theta
Mm-hmm.
healing, what was your questions about this kind of spiritual modality? Because of course, as you know, it's easy for someone to understand psychotherapy and accept it because it's coming from that science background. But when it comes to theta healing, a lot of people would be like, what is this, right? What spirituality? You know, when it comes to spirituality, there's a lot of misconceptions. So how, in your life,
Mm-hmm.
how did you, or how were you able to accept the spirituality?
I've been searching. I've been searching. What is God? Where is He? Or where is it? Or where is she? You know, I've grown up as a Muslim, and I'm still Muslim. And I've noticed that a lot of people have misconception about what Islam is, and that I think tap into different religious sect because it's related to the fact that we got the concept of religious cleric or humans who teach us what is God, as opposed of us go and ask and question. And the big example of that is Prophet Abraham. And there is like a great verse in Quran. He was questioning God, and he started like he thought that God located in the sun, and he's like, okay, this is my God, this is my Lord. And when the sun goes down, he's like, no, no, no. I think he started with the stars, and then the moon, and then the sun. And then he's like, I need to know, where is God? And then the revelation came to him through the great archangel Gabriel. So all of these, like questioning and asking and reading a lot of different interpretation of Islam, and how people like how the prayers affect people's life. And if the prayer doesn't affect your life, it means there is a problem in either the way you pray or the way you understand. So I think people need to build awareness and read, because this is the first verse, is like, read, you humans should read. So I think we still have issues with basically reading between the lines. So I've developed my own humble theory. I call it, and I developed that. I think I got inspired by the creator without even knowing in 2016 when I was working in a drug rehab, outpatient drug rehab, to help addicts with dual diagnosis, with a lot of extreme severe cases. And sometimes I get so frustrated because the work didn't have that quantum result and quantum change. It's like something is wrong with all of this scientific information. So I had my own theory, which is awareness, acceptance, love, and forgiveness. And then a year later, I got introduced to Theta Healing, and I was like guided. I think this theory that I have developed guided me through the Theta Healing because it tapped into the soul level. I think the problem with the modern psychology, the mere modern psychology, it just tapped into the conscious and the subconscious. And according to Theta Healing paradigm, we have 5 levels of, of beings. We have the conscious, unconscious, genetic, history, and soul level. And when we go into the soul level, this is the core. This is the real being. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, we are much more than what we think we are. And I love the way you explained about questioning. Ask and you shall receive. So that is one thing that has always helped me in my life as well. When you have questions, when you have doubts and questioning yourself about who is God, where is he or she, and such questions, why not just ask rather than seeking out answer from another human being? What if you can tap inside of you and get all the answers from inside rather than looking outside? So that has been one thing that has helped me as well. And my beautiful spiritual awakening process started off from questioning. And I should share this. I started off searching in Google, why did God create humans? Literally, that was my question on Google, because I was so frustrated. I'm like, humans are destroying the planet. Why on earth would God create humans?
Yeah.
So that's where I started off. But then, of course, all my beliefs, all my questions, everything changed after that, after knowing the truth that, yes, we are part of the Creator. Anyway, so that brings us to Theta Healing. Tell us a little bit about Theta Healing and how it has transformed your life.
So that started with my doctorate research about mindfulness. I was a big fan of mindfulness. And one important path to get into that great idea of mindfulness that led by Dr. John Kabat-Zinn, read a lot of his books and research about mindfulness in 2009, 2010. And then it started with meditation. And I was struggling with meditation myself, especially the fact that if there is like an outside noise or something, I cannot meditate. So when years goes by 2017, and I learned about that connection, and even you can meditate at the middle of the airport or at the middle of the extreme noisy place. I believe that when you really, really focus on within, and when you trust your own power as a human being, as a co-creator, as an extended part of the source, God Almighty, and believing that you are a real the successor of God. And what does it mean that being a successor is like, okay, you're a co-creator of your reality, and you can do anything you want. So I learned this great technique, which is an advanced form of meditation. And that advanced form of meditation, in my opinion, override other form of meditation, because it connects you right to the light. What is the light? Like the light of the Creator, the source of everything, all that is. So it's just, I remember the first session that I got healed, I call it a sweet, weird, extraordinary feeling. It's kind of undescribable. So from that, my beloved Rosita, she really encouraged me to study it, and she taught me a few courses. And then when I met Vienna on 2020, actually, I'm a fresh graduate of Theta Healing instructor now. So I was like, okay, this is it. This is it. Like it's such a magical knowledge, magical info, because that for me, I have been always considered that life is a puzzle, and our mission to assemble the puzzle of our life. If we cannot assemble the puzzle, so what is the meaning of life? As you've been questioning before, why God created us, and the fact that uh, the program of, there is like a word in Arabic, al-insan versus al-bashar, and I don't know how to translate it in English, but some sort of like a human, like I would maybe translate it unsophisticated human and sophisticated human. And the unsophisticated human meant to suffer. And I think suffering is related to ignorance, related to loss of purpose, related to loss of identity, related to loss of the connection, not being able to embrace, to integrate the oneness of all that is into our being.
Yes, so that is bringing us back to the anxiety topic.
Mm-hmm.
So let's dive into that. What do you
Yep.
think are the major fundamental reasons why a person would go through anxiety?
Well, I think anxiety is caused by ignorance of the relationship between human being and the universe. And it's also related to loss or also ignorance or misinformation about the purpose. Like each one of us born in this life with our own unique purpose, with our own unique mission. And when we lose the meaning of life, when we drift away with the collective, with the mainstream media, with whatever people is doing, we do this because they're doing this, you know? This is, and when we have fear of being with ourselves, when we cannot bear the fact that, okay, we're physically alone and we don't know how powerful the non-physical force, because we've been programmed to realize this environment through our five senses. What about the sixth? What about the seventh? What about the infinite senses that we have? So that all related to anxiety, which is the common cold and the father of psychopathology or psychological disorder, because everything started from there. Even an extreme psychotic disorder also related to anxiety. So I think anxiety is related to ignorance and not being aware of who we really are and our purpose and meaning of this beautiful life.
Yes, that's absolutely true. All the fear, not just anxiety, I mean everything, right? The fear, the anger, and all that lower emotions that we are in
Yes,
just is a trigger for us to look into it and letting us know that there's something beyond, there's something that we are not understanding about ourselves, the truth of ourselves, right? So now,
definitely.
yes, let's get started with the session. We spoke a lot. So,
Wow. Okay.
yes, so let's get started. Are you ready? So, this is going to be a
Yes.
short healing session for us all, and I get to experience this beautiful, fantastic session as well with Nouf. Let's get started.
All right. So, my beloved people, would like for you to close your eyes and take a deep cleansing breath. I want you to breathe the light in and breathe out anything that no longer resonates with you. Once again, feel the rise of your lung and the fall when you exhale. And I want you to imagine that you are standing on Mother Earth, pulling beautiful, fiery energy from the core of Earth, all the way up through your feet, your legs, your knees. You feel this mothering, anchoring, supporting, loving energy into your bones and flesh and blood, all the way up until going through your spine, all the way to your head, to get out of your head to form beautiful big ball of light. And I want you to imagine that you are in the ball of light, sitting comfortably, and with the power of your soul, push this ball of light up, all the way up, leaving the atmosphere of Mother Earth, across the stars, across the sky, across the universe, different galaxies, all the way until you see white light to the dark light, all the way up to a beautiful golden light. And from the golden light to a magnificent realm where you see different colors of rainbows, and these colors are made of thick jelly-like substance. And the more you go through it, it changes their shapes and colors. All the way up to the pink light. It's like a pink misty light. And this pink misty light going to melt your ball of light by default. And it will take you all the way up to a huge, big gate. And this gate is opened for you with bright white light. I want you to go inside this white light. Deep, deep, deep. Higher and higher and higher. Until you become everything and you become nothing. Until you might notice that your body turn itself from a carbon base to a crystalline light base. And breathe in the light. And after your permission, I would ask the Creator to clear your space and send all of the worries, all of the fear of unknown into the light and embrace you with unconditional love. And I would like to download you with the Creator's definition, perspective of unconditional love. And you know what it feels like to be unconditionally loved, cherished, accepted, and be part of the Creator Almighty, of all that is, in every cell, in every level, in every life, in every spoken language. I would like also to download you what it feels like to live without anxiety, what it feels like to be free from dysfunctional worries, and to differentiate between anxiety and concern, and the feeling of making a deliberate choice of concern in the highest and the best way. So you know what it feels like to concern for others, for the world, for humanity, for Earth in the best and highest way. You know what it feels like to live without the fear of unknown. You know what it feels like to trust the Creator 100%. And it's possible for you to trust the Creator 100%. And so, what it feels like to trust yourself 100%, you know what it feels like to know your purpose, you know how to live according to your purpose in the highest and best way. And you know what it feels like to have a meaning in life. You know how to find your own unique meaning in life and general meaning in life. And you know what it feels like to live without ignorance. And you know how to discern the truth or the truthful information versus the misconception in information or the misguided information in the best and highest way. And you know what it feels like to maintain calmness. You know how to maintain calmness. You know how to live your day-to-day life being calm. And you know what it feels like to live without confusion. And how to protect yourself from the confused people around you or what the world is going through. You know what it feels like to be always protected and always safe in every still, in every level, in every life, in every spoken language. And I'm going to download and witness all of these downloads going into the participants. Very good. And I'm gonna send everyone unconditional love when they were a baby in their mama's womb. Closing receptors, dysfunctional fear, anxiety, fear of poverty, fear of death, and being drifted into whatever the misguided collective are doing. Beautiful. And now I am going to ask all of you to shower yourself with the light of the Creator, and send all of this energy down, down, down to earth, and pull the energy back all the way up to you. And you can open your eyes and come back to this time and space.
Wow, that was amazing. Wow, this was such an important and crucial download for everyone in this point of earth where everyone are going through this so much of fear throughout earth. And wow, I wish and hope everybody gets to see this and get all of these downloads.
Thank you.
So what she did right now is just a small piece of theta healing session where we connect with the source light and download ourselves with the beliefs, the positive beliefs and the positive feelings, and letting go all of our lower emotions. So that's what this session was. And feel free to do that again and again. Every time you do it, it's like more layers and layers of fear that we all are holding on as a collective will start releasing. That's how powerful meditation, and that's how powerful our intention is. When we have an intention in that kind of meditative state, it can create magic and miracles. Thank you so much. No, it was wonderful. Wow. And your voice is so soothing that I was like immediately switching to theta. I was like, wow.
Thank you. Thank you. It was such a great honor to be with you, and such an awesome opportunity to be the first one to be interviewed in your awesome website.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can book a session with Nouf. I'm going to put the link below in the chat and comment box. And you do online sessions, right?
Definitely, yep.
Yes, you are doing online sessions of both psychotherapy and theta healing, your own unique modality.
Yes.
So if you would like to have a session with her, she is just amazing, and you got to taste her gifts and abilities and her magical powers today. So if you're interested, please do book a session with her. Her link is in the comment box below. And just a special for watching this video, we have a special 10% off coupon code, and the coupon code is 0.zeropoint. You can use it when you contact her. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you
for that
Vishnu. Amazing healing, and that it was so fantastic to just chat with you and discuss about all of that scientific and spirituality and how everything is combining. And I hope science develops more and more and prove all of spirituality, so it's easy for humans to accept it easily. Thank you so much. All right, I'll let you all go now.
Thank you. Have a beautiful one.
Same to you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.